Okay, so last thing that we're going to do for this unit is lesson 8.5. Okay?
Oh my God!
Lesson 8.5, what we're going to work on today is find volume. Find volume in terms of pi. Find volume in terms of pi. So, what we're actually doing today is a little bit easier than what we've been doing. Because basically I'm telling you, I don't want you to multiply by pi. So instead of multiplying through on your calculator, we're just going to leave the pi symbol in all your answers.
Less. This could be less.
Yes, so that means we are doing less work today.
Yay!
So, first thing we're going to look at is volume of a cylinder. Okay, volume of a cylinder.
Oh, I just remembered where Blaze is.
Okay, volume of a cylinder. Remember, a cylinder is kind of like, looks somewhat similar to that. Okay, volume of a cylinder. What are the parts that we need to know to find the volume of a cylinder? What are the measurements that we need to know?
Radius.
We need the radius and the height. Darian, you are going right here. Okay, so we need to know the radius and the height. I heard you. You're going to have to deal. Not right now, guys. We're doing notes. Radius and height. Okay, what is the formula for volume of a cylinder? Volume equals what?
Pi r squared times
Pi r squared times h. Okay, pi times r squared times h for height. So if I ask you to, for example number 1, find volume of a cylinder, find the volume of a cylinder with radius of 8 centimeters and height of 45 centimeters. Okay, find the volume of a cylinder with a radius, of 8 centimeters and a height of 45 centimeters. And remember, this one is already telling you, answer the following questions, giving your answer in terms of pi. So that means leave the pi symbol in your answer. We are not going to multiply it out on our calculator. So this one's actually going to be, this is mostly review for you guys, okay, because we've done all this, and it's actually less work, okay, because sometimes on multiple choice tests, sometimes your answers will be in terms of pi, and sometimes you actually have to multiply it out. So you're not doing anything differently, you just don't have to actually multiply by the pi. So here, volume will equal, leave the pi, times what's the radius in this example? 8 squared times what's your height? 45. Okay, we can still use our calculators, but volume equals pi times what's 8 squared? 64 times 45. Then we just want to multiply these together. Okay, what should go first here? 64 times 45 actually gives you 2,880. Should the pi part go first or the 2880? 2880. Okay, so 2880 pi. Okay, and how are those two attached? Are they attached by add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Multiply. Okay, and here we're also going to write this as centimeters cubed. But that's your answer. Okay, you just leave things with a pi in the answer. As many as I want to do. Yeah. Questions on how I did that? Okay, let's go. I'm absolutely sure that you two are not supposed to be sitting next to each other. Next one we're going to work on is volume of a cone. Okay? Volume of a cone. So remember, a cone could look kind of like a party hat, okay, or like a upside down, or like a traffic cone. Thank you, yes. So what are the parts that we need here? What measurements do we need for a cone? We need the radius, And what else? The height. Okay, and what's the formula for volume of a cone?
1/3
1/3 pi
squared
r squared
times 8.
times h. Okay, cones and cylinders are almost exactly the same except for the 1/3 that has to go in the cone part. So for example number 2. Okay, example number 2. I would like you to find the volume
It's good. You're moving too fast.
find the volume of a cone with diameter of 18 inches and height of 9 inches. Find the volume of a cone with diameter of 18 inches and height of 9 inches. So we're going to plug into this formula. Volume equals 1/3. We know we want the pi. What is the radius in this example? 9. Where'd you get that?
Half of 18.
Half of the diameter. Remember, radius is equal to 1/2 of the diameter. So if you take that, cut it in half, it's going to be 9, and this is squared, times your height is also 9. So when we work this out, we're going to get volume equals 1/3 times pi times what's 9 squared? 81 times 9. Keep multiplying this. We got 1/3 times pi times 81 times 9 is 729. What would I do next?
Divide by.
We're going to multiply these together. Okay? So you were right. So 729 over 3 pi. Do you think that 3 can go into 729?
Yes.
How do you know? Are you just guessing or?
Yeah, 3 doesn't just sound
Exactly, because 3 goes into 72 and 3 goes into 9. That works. Okay, so what's 729 divided by 3? 243? So 243 pi. Okay, and remember we're going to leave pi in our answers. And this one is inches cubed. That's your answer.
So now we can leave the cube?
If you mean the pi?
Yeah. Cube. Yeah, cube and pi.
Yes. Last time we were going backwards, so we were finding just one of the dimensions. We were finding something on this side. If we're finding volume, that's when you leave the cube. Yes.
What's the answer?
I do not know.
The 13.
There you go. Okay, last one. Okay, last kind is we did cylinders, we did cones. What's the last shape? Spheres, okay? So volume of a sphere. Yes, that is still how you say that word, regardless of if you guys believe me or not. Okay, a sphere is kind of like a mini basketball or
Just a basketball.
or just a basketball. Yeah, thank you, Kelsey. Or an orange. So that's my semi-bad drawing of a sphere. Okay, what's the volume? What's the formula for volume of a sphere?
4/3
4/3 pi r
cubed.
cubed. Okay, 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, if I ask you to, for example number 3, this will be the last one. I want you to find volume of the moon with a diameter of 3475 kilometers. Find the volume of the moon if it has a diameter of 3475 kilometers. We just got to plug in. So volume equals 4/3 times pi times what's my radius here?
I don't know, we'd have to divide that in half.
We have to divide this in half, right? So if you divide that in half, it's 1737.5, and that's going to be cubed. So this is a really big number, okay? I'm doing one of your homework problems for you intentionally because these are going to be some really large numbers. What would you do first here?
Times 4.
Would you multiply this by 4 or do we do the exponents?
Oh, exponents first.
You should do the exponents first, okay? So this is going to be volume is equal to 4/3 times pi, and this cubed is a very, very large number. It is 5245349,609. This is why I'm doing this one for you.
That doesn't even look like a number. That just looks like
It's a very large number.
someone just.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. Then we're going to multiply this by 4 and divide it by 3. So that's why I'm doing this for you guys on purpose, okay? So your volume, the volume of the moon is equal to 699,379,99479 pi. I didn't even have to multiply by the pi, thank goodness. Kilometers cubed. That's the volume of the moon. This is like, I don't even know how to say that number.
Is this really the volume of the moon? No.
Actually, it probably is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's one on here that you guys are finding the volume of the Earth. Okay?
Earth? The Earth is bigger than the Earth?
Earth is a lot bigger than the moon, yeah.
So they're bigger numbers?
Yeah, there's even bigger numbers, yeah. Does anyone know how to say that number?
I do. 6 trillion.
How'd I get this? I divided the diameter divided by 2. Because diameter is the whole way across. I just need the radius, which is halfway across. Yes. This big number divided by 2. It's half of it, yes. Okay, go ahead.
6,993,799,479.
Good job. Great. So, homework. Listen. I apologize for even asking you guys to say that number because it caused chaos. Okay? Your homework. Listen. Okay? You do have homework tonight. Okay? Your homework is going to be worksheet 8.5. Okay, I will give it to you. You are doing numbers 1 through 30 odd. Okay, you could do 1 through 30 odds. You don't have to do all of them, just the odds.
Do we have to bring our math?